Right, hello, welcome to another video. We're in Euro Truck Simulator 2. We're going to be taking these empty coil spools, what you put like the metal. Is it metal wire? I think it is. And we are taking it to, if I scroll out, this place here, well I'm not even going to try and pronounce because I will definitely butcher it. From here. I'll definitely butcher that again. Obviously, if you haven't already noticed by me scrolling around the fact I even go to Iceland, I am doing this within Pro Mods. But not the most recent version, because that needs the Nordic Horizons DLC, of which I do not have yet. But I will get it. Obviously, this is a bit of a continuation, because I recorded a video a minute ago, where I was going from where home base is, Sheffield. It's not actually where I live, but I just set my home base at Sheffield. Up to here, with a train on the back. I might upload it, but I didn't have my mic on for that. Obviously, try and do it as realistically as possible, as that is the aim. Don't know how the audio is going to come out, but we'll see. I've got this Scania R770 V8 Super, what I've spec'd out for heavy haul, with beacon lights and everything, because heavy loads. So still try to do this as realistically as I possibly can. Obviously, sorry if there's any background noise from people and all that, because my setup is in my living room. But, right, let's get going. I was going to try to do this as realistically as possible. It won't be 100%, because I'm still getting used to Euro Truck again, because I've only just got it working again with Pro Mods. Let's pull out of here. Take it nice and wide. There we are. I'm using a couple mods as well. One of them being something to make the dash on the next gen Scania, the glass dash? I'm thinking of planes there. We have like the glass cockpit is like all the digital things, but yeah, digital dash. Some improvements to it, a couple of truck mods for some older lorries for what are being used by the AI drivers, because I needed something with a bit more power for the load I did coming out here. Nice and wide again. But, no, shite. As I say, there will be some driving discrepancies. Mainly when I forget that I'm in mainland Europe and not in the UK. Like this one, like the one I have literally just done there, I've been on the wrong side of the road. So I'm in a UK spec lorry. But, right. No more mess ups now. Would be very useful. There we are. I think this lorry is a bit too overpowered for a load like this. But there we are. Obviously I haven't got steering wheel, so I'm on keyboard, what makes driving realistically a bit more difficult when it comes to the braking side of it. The acceleration's alright, it's just when it comes to the braking. Right, slow down for the light. That's the way I've seemed to have done it, is just spam the S key instead of hold it down, because the longer you hold it down, the more brake it puts on. But it doesn't hold the brake like games like OMSI does. It makes it a bit more difficult, so the moment I let go of the S key, it'll release the brake. Well, like in games like OMSI 2, was a bus simulator, what I'll probably do some more videos on with the mic in the future, is that if you put brake on, it holds it on, meaning it's much easier to drive. Obviously 31 miles an hour because it's 50 kilometres an hour. Seems a bit harsh on the braking now. Right, off from the traffic lights. Obviously, if anyone does come in the room to have a conversation with me, I will just mute the mic quick like I did just then. However, it should go alright. It's not a heavy load, this one, so it it shouldn't be too bad to handle and manoeuvre. Roundabouts. It's still obviously the same length trailers I used last time, so I've still got to take things nice and wide when it comes to the trailer length. But it's not a wide load, hence the wide load flags are tucked in. So that is something I do like about this game. Why is it taking me up here and not straight through the tunnel? Might be something to do with lanes or something. I don't know. It's clear. It's clear. Round here, down here. Remember to indicate. No, don't seem to. Ah, I see now. Okay, it's a low thing, so my load probably wouldn't have got the these things here on the back. Probably wouldn't have got under. That actually makes perfect sense now. Bring the speed down a little bit. Going up here. Come on, Scan, you should be good at getting up here. You've got plenty of power. Mirror, yeah, nothing coming. Oh, come on, AI traffic, you're gonna let me pull on. Yes! There's nothing there. Wait, up to 50 because I think there's some countries, Denmark being one of them, that has a motorway limit. Motorway, I don't know what they'll be called in these countries, but in the UK where I'm from it's motorway. I have motorway speed limit for lorries of 70 kilometres an hour instead of 80 kilometres an hour. Well, in miles an hour is only a 6 mile an hour different anyway. And then anywhere within Europe, and I think the Middle East. Sorry about that. And I think in the Middle East as well, you can't go over 90k, or it is 56 mile an hour. I think it applies to the Middle East, I'm not sure. And Asia. That's what I know about. I know in America there is no track speed limiters. You go as fast as you want. But I think in Europe it's more of a safety thing. And there's heavily regulated driving hours by one of these things up here, if you just saw it was a tachograph. Well, isn't it simulated in Euro Truck? Not by default. There might be a mod or something. Of which I've not been able to find, but rest is simulated, so I do have to simulate rest. I think the rest takes 12 hours, might be 9 to fully go up. I'm not sure. Obviously it isn't real life hours, it is heavily scaled down and sped out, because it obviously isn't one-to-one scale hours. This drive would literally take 61 hours, where it's actually only going to take about an hour, if that. I'm not sure fully. It's nice to be going a lot quicker, because when I was doing the previous load with the train locomotive on the back, I was doing 40 mile an hour and 30 round some corners, 40 round some corners with the beacon lights on. There's a rest stop in there, but I'm not going to go in that one. I'll pull into the next rest stop quick so I can close my living room door, take my coat off and give my driver some rest to reset the driving period. However, it would I don't know, it might reset when I'm on the ferry. So that's a long old ferry, most of it is on the ferry. So a lot of it is 61 hour drive, isn't actually through driving, it's through being on a ferry. Well, the game just skips ahead anyway. It's like 24-hour ferry or something? I don't know, I've never done it. I've not been to Iceland in Pro Mods ever, even when I was previously had Euro Truck. So I've obviously had Euro Truck for quite a few years. It used to be on one of my old laptops. Didn't look very good. How the hell are you trying to overtake me? The limit's 50. AI will be AI. still raining. It started raining when I was doing the previous load. Hopefully it'll stop at some point, but it's only light, so I only have to have the wipes on the first speed setting. Also, I'm using a realistic physics mod as well for the lorries. One of my mates, so we're doing a thing in convoy mode on, was it Christmas Day or Boxing Day? One of the two. And he gave us a mod pack to use. This is probably the only mod out of that I've kept on, because it had a lot of coaches and bits in it, because my mate in real life is a bus driver, so we thought, let's drive some coaches about, especially for new Project Coaches DLC. Another lorry overtaking me. He can have a two. Well, hopefully they release the Project Coaches DLC quite soon, because that'll be fun to do. If I'm actually going to drive it a lot, I don't know, because it's a trucking game. If I wanted to drive a bus, I'll just go on OMSI or something like that. Or Fernbus for a coach, but Fernbus, yeah, it's not the best game to drive about in. Without a steering wheel anyway. I do have a steering wheel, but it's only got 900 degrees of turn on it, so it's not very good for these games that you need more. So Endo, while I was check that mirror, I should probably check it. I think these road markers means you can't change lane, so why that lorry in front of me just changed lane, I don't know. I've supposedly got a realistic AI traffic mod on, but I don't think it's actually working because the AI isn't behaving like such. No, I need to be in that lane. What do I do now? As I go around here, I'll bring the speed down to 40. Just so I go around here. If I was on steering wheel, I'd be going a bit quicker, but where I'm on keyboard, I've got to watch the speed a little more. Make sure I don't go careering into anything like I have done previously. Right, is this going to stay as like dual carriageway motorway kind of thing? 'Cause if so, I'll go back up to 50. If not, that'll be why. So it's only a 90km/h limit for cars by the looks of it. Denmark and stupidly slow roads. I think also there are reduced speed limits in game depending on which load you've got on. No, I'm not coming off it, that's good. If you didn't notice, the truck just slowed itself down now. It's because I've got adaptive cruise control, meaning it will keep me a safe distance from the car in front. I've got it on the maximum setting for what I was doing the previous load, so when I next pull in, I will change that so I can get a bit closer to the car in front, because I ain't got a lot more. This is only 1 tonne, the other load was like 61 tonnes, so a lot longer stopping distance than what this will have. This will stop pretty quickly in comparison. I'm sure I shove the full retarder and engine braking on if I have to, and the handbrake. Stopping on the handbrake is very quick. I learnt that on a bus, because let's bring the speed down. So one of the bus drivers at the company I did decided to show it off once. There was no other passengers on board, so, and there's no cars behind, so I suppose that would be alright. That's flashing yellow. Well, it probably means it's about to go red, and I don't really want to risk that. Is it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Denmark, why are your roads so confusing? So obviously in the UK, if it's flashing, it's normally on... Is it a pelican crossing? A pelican foot crossing? I'm not sure. It's on one of the foot crossings. There's some in a town, in the big town near me, that I often go to, where it flashes if it's about to go... I think it's about, if it's about to go red, it will flash, or about to go green, it will flash. They're saying you can go, but pedestrians may still be able to cross. So, something like that. I'm not sure. I haven't fully got my driving licence yet. Passed my theory test. Trailer? Question mark. Oh, that's a low drop. Let's bring the speed down to swing into here. Beach. We're at the ferry port. Means we didn't. And I'm almost out of driving time, so that's worked out quite well. I'll go bring the speed down because I don't think you should be doing 30 mile an hour into a ferry port. 20 is more like it. Cargo, so I want that lane there. Anything coming up the inside? Nope. 20 is more reasonable. Oh, you don't actually go onto the ferry in this one. Some of you actually go up onto the boat. I'll probably exit from the boat. Oh, hold on. This is going to be interesting. Where am I going? Could go via the Faroe Islands. No, we'll do it properly. Right, I'm going to adjust everything quick while we're on the ferry. Right, there we are. Don't know how long we've actually been off the ferry for. Probably a little while. Is the truck still running? Oh god, wrong key. It is! Okay, we'll go with that then. So we're now in Iceland. This is where it gets fun and interesting! Ow. Realistic physics are very good with things like this. Eastern region. Right. I forgot ProMods does that if you go into a different region. In certain countries it'll do that. I don't think it does in UK. XE ain't done a full... I know SCS, who obviously developed Eurotruck, are working on a full UK update alongside Project Coaches. So I wonder what's going to happen with ProMods at that point. How they're going to update ProMods around it and what they're going to change. Because the UK in the basic game looks absolutely rubbish. But in ProMods, it actually looks okay. You see, we're in Iceland, so rain has turned to snow. Everything's all white and snow. Now, Iceland. Because we're going to the other side of it, I think we go along what people in the Eurotruck community call the Icelandic Death Road. What means nice and slow, and let's do this carefully, like this is going to be very fun indeed. Very fun. Pause the game and check something quick. Yeah, the mic audio is working. I wasn't sure if I'd been unmuting the mic when I've been muting it, and muting it when I've been unmuting it. Because I was on Discord call the other day, constantly muting and unmuting it, and I couldn't remember quite how I left it, so I've just thought, pause the game, check in ABS quick. Because I haven't got... So what I quite often do is have it so I use my iPad, what's next to me is a second monitor, but I haven't set that up because I've got Microsoft Flight Simulator installing in the background. Right, we're going to put the diff lock on and go at no more than 20, because what we just did then, we just had a lovely slide. Obviously this is new to me as well, because I've never driven within Iceland. Or the upper part of Norway, so I've never driven in any of these snowy regions. I do wonder how if it changes up to snow the further up Norway you go, because obviously the top end of Norway, what is included in ProMods, is pretty similar to, it's more north than what this is. And this is obviously quite far north. Wouldn't want to get stuck in that snowdrift, that's for sure. There we are, just adjusting some stuff. This would definitely be fun in convoy mode. I'll have to do like a live stream or something on convoy mode if it is requested enough. I know my channel isn't very big at the minute, but we'll change that eventually. With some decent videos. I need to say it's a bit more wider because that's going in the snow. Obviously, yes, I know this is painstakingly slow, but any quicker than I will just slide, I think. And we don't want that. Cruise control is going to come off. I'm going to put some retarder in. This is quite a sharp corner. I don't really want to have to use foot brake. Wait, foot retarder. A little less retarder, so don't want to have to use foot brake. Try and do this fully where possible off a retarder because I don't want to use the foot brake while trying to steer down a hill because that will literally just cause a massive slide. What is up with it off now? It's pretty much levelled out now, so we'll let it roll back up to speed. We'll give it a little hand and then bring the cruise control back in at 20. I know some people would like steering wheels, but that will absolutely come flying down here. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to slide and crash because even though I have 79.3 billion because I used when starting out the game on this profile, I used a little bit of a cheat to get going because I say I'm playing the game, but I'm more focusing on the driving side, not the company running side. Even though I do have some AI drivers and bits, but it's a bit of a jump start to get going because trying to start with quick jobs and stuff, you're not going to explore anything, and with pro mods, being stuck in that phase for so long, you're just stuck in the same area. Meaning the game can get very boring very quickly. It's clear on that side. It didn't quite clear on that side, but I reckon I'll clear it before the car gets here. Look at that, we did. Right, it's pretty much a straight road now, so I'm going to bring the speed up a little bit. We're going to go up to 30. We can do... right, we'll do 40. We'll bring the diff lock off. So now doing normal driving. If I had like one of the trucks for the AI drivers are not heavy haul spec and only have one motored axle, I think this one's 4-wheel drive. If I had one of them trucks, we would be in trouble. So good job I thought about it. So AI drivers, it doesn't really matter because they'll just do anything. But for your player driver, you're actually limited by realism slightly on speeding. Yeah. I'm limited by realism slightly, so and the driving mechanics of the game, so I've sort of got to be semi-careful. How do I do it? That's what I was doing. I was muting the mic every time I cough, but otherwise it would be constantly on the mute button. Ow, that was a bit of a bump. That's realistic physics mod, because obviously normally it's like your truck's like a bit of concrete sliding along the ground. Sort of. Go down to 35. I I'm using the cruise control to adjust the speed in this bit because it seems, well, I don't have a wheel to give me more slightly smoother acceleration and deceleration going along there. But yeah, some bits of this game like this do look nice, and I don't think I'm on ultra settings either, so the textures are not the best. Even though my computer could do it, I've got so much going on in the background, and with recording at the same time, it just wouldn't be very nice. Like, I don't even know how the video is going to come out, if it's going to come out smooth or not, until I upload it and watch it back, because I don't have editing software, and that's money that I don't really have to put towards it, to be honest, at this stage. So these videos are pretty much unedited. But yeah, nice and steady. No need to tear us about. Yeah, they were a lorry. Yeah, we've had some cars behind us, but that's fine. We're a lorry, so no need to tear us about. We're not under a tight deadline, I don't think. Also, we are going to have to rest again before we get there. That's tight corners, I'm going to go down to 30. Nice and relaxed. So let's try that so we get a bit more speed. I see one of my mates I do the convoys with, my mate, a bit of like that, my mate Ryan, he has a channel as well. He does Euro Truck, a couple of other bits. Coach driver Ryan, because in real life he's obviously a coach driver. I will try, if I remember, to link his channel down below as well. So if we do a convoy and we stream it, it'll probably be streamed on his side more than mine, because he already has like streaming stuff and all that set up, or I don't. So if we do anything like that, it'll probably be over on his channel, over on his TikTok. Well, I'll also link both down below, as well as linking my own TikTok. Unfortunately, my TikTok's more bus videos, because that's more my thing. Because as weird as it is, I don't think it's as weird as just filming lorries. Right, there we are, we're back. Someone just came in for a quick convo about what I am doing and watching me drive up the hill. It's always nice. That's why I don't mind when people in the household come in for a little conversation if they're generally interested. But, yeah. If you don't know that I've reduced the speed because I'm in quite a curvy, snowy bit here. Give the coach some space. So take the most centre line over the bridge that we can. As we are wider. We'll keep it to around 20 for the minute. Gotta be careful not to put the trailer in the snow. It's the only thing. Right we go. Not do too tight turns because I'm still on the ice. I've noticed the road surface is a little more of a lighter shade when I'm on the ice. Should be off the ice again soon. But if anyone thought about that bloody copper, I thought I had the lights on, but obviously not. Whoopsies. But this does just look nice. Wow. Sorry about that. It's a bit white, a bit snowy, but it's fun to drive with it. It does make for a nice fun drive. I'm about to get a nice straight section, meaning I can put the speed back up a little bit. And it looks like we might come off the ice. That's even if I'm on the ice, I'm not sure. We'll go up to 40, give it a go. Get cooking a bit. So I can't remember how long we actually have to do this drop, I think we have quite a while. I know, now we're off the ice. Northeastern region, nice. Nice feature of promos there. Ah, there's a good photography spot out there. I'm obviously not going to pull in now because we have got a job to do. Little thing on the corners now. So bring the speed down quite a bit. Go up the hill quite carefully. It's obviously quite high up at this point, I reckon. Right, that's ice. Come on, Laurie. Should have stopped and put the diff lock on really before going up the hill. Little cool thing, if I upload the other video you'll see, but I can, with the I key, I can cycle to dash to see more. I just prefer this one with big numbers because then I can probably see what speed I'm doing. If that wasn't such that, I think you can actually see it, so I would be able to turn a match pointer in real life, the route visor off, and just see it through there. However, it ain't got really an accurate speed limit display. Not that it's visible, it might have one. It does, but there's also one down on the dash, but it's a bit too small for me to be able to read. This screen hasn't got the highest of resolutions. In the most honest way of putting it. Okay, that's 30. Oh no, that's all slow down to 30. Aha, we have something up here. because the light's green for me, so... Ooh, it seems to be a bit of a landslip. I don't know if this is like a permanent event or a random one. Let's get back in. Now. Bring the speed down. Throw turn off. I think that's the name. No, that ain't quite the name of the place where we go in. Oh, we're in between water, eh? That does look nice. I'm not gonna lie. We're now in the snow. So we'll bring the speed right down. But yeah, it's like the water on both sides. Some bits of pretty much do just look like that. It's thick snow, that. We'll definitely keep the speed down for the minute. Literally only got them to say what the end of the road is. You absolute bastard! It's snowing! I should probably keep the language down, really, and try not to swear too much. Whilst I'm doing this. Again, the audio might be a bit choppy, like in and out when I talk quiet, because I've got the mic set on a setting where if I talk like really loudly, it doesn't go into the red zone on the ABS, because that can cause audio issues, allegedly. But it might mean when I'm talking a bit quieter. Right, back on the mic. As I said earlier in the video, I'm in the living room, so there's always people coming in and out of my family, so it does make recording these videos a little more not ideal, but we just have to do with what we've got, to be honest. Grip is like next to nothing here at the minute. Just beyond the retarders, we'll go downhill slightly. But yeah, grip is like next to nothing, but as I was saying, I've got it set up so if I talk like really loudly, it won't overdo it, as it were. But if I talk quietly, I don't know how audible I'm going to be over the game sound, but the game sound's also turned down just about the same amount for the same reason, so it should balance out really, but who knows? So I won't know unless I sit looking back over it later once I've uploaded it. Some tight corners here in the snow, however, I should probably turn the cruise control off while I do this. But that's what we're going to do. Recommended 40k, what is 25 mile an hour, so that's for cars. Doing even less than that in a lorry. Try and keep the speed up at the same time, not overdo it. Cheers, bud. I think sometimes traffic gets a little bit scared. I do like when that happens. It means it gives me more room to manoeuvre. Speed. It's the foot braking that sort of does it though with the ice. So I've got to watch that slightly. And it's a high speed turn in. I'll make sure I didn't knock that pole out. Get us nowhere near it. But it's only them that's showing where the road is. I can briefly see in the driver's side mirror. I will just move the camera over every now and again to check both. Sharp turns and snow. That was some sliding. Car, are you gonna give me room? I've got a little more room on. I've got a little bit of room on the right. Of what I can manoeuvre to, but I want to keep that room open in case I pass another lorry or something. These snow bits do really make it interesting. That's a bridge. If nothing's coming, cruise control's going in at 20, and we're just going to go for it. How many cars are behind me? Quite a queue. There's water on both sides going over a river. We might be about to come off the snow. It's this bit here that's really slippery, where you're half on snow, half not. That's the most slippery, because on snow you do get a little bit of grip. Then this is still icy pavement, so we'll only got up to 30. I need to find a rest place very soon. So we're going to start getting fines for avoiding rest, even though I'm not avoiding rest. There's just nowhere to go for rest. Down again. It's one of these corners where I want to be checking my mirrors. So I need to swing out a little bit wide, but I don't quite want to be going into the other lane of traffic. More mirror checking and looking around going in bits like this. Unfortunately, that is just the way. If I do something like this angle, I can still see ahead of me. I just can't see quite that side of the lorry. But that's fine, because if I keep it towards the centre, I shouldn't hit anything on that side. Theoretically. In theory. But in theory and reality are quite often two different things. There's a plane over there. I think it Q. I don't know what Q does. Don't think it does anything. Right, nice straight bit. And off the ice, so up to 40. In fact, if it's going to stay straight and off the ice, we can do 50. And we'll try doing 50 while it's straight. Claw some time back now. That's the thing, the moment you go up to like 50 on a small road, it does feel quick. in a vehicle this big. It's like the bigger the vehicle, the faster low speeds feel. Like in a car, this would feel painfully slow. Well, I say that when you're driving, it doesn't, because I have driven with my mate, because he's obviously over the specific age in the UK to be able to teach you something. As long as you're insured, got L plates, and I've got my provisional, so I have driven home with him a few times. I normally stick on the roads near me. I normally stick at around 40 while learning, because they can be quite unforgiving, especially in the cold when you get a bit of ice on them. And even like I'm in the north, I'm in the south, I'm like right down in the tippy toe of southwest. Well, not quite Cornwall, but yeah, Somerset. It's like views like this are just brilliant. In fact, there is a keybind for photo mode. I accidentally triggered it on the last run, but I can't remember it. Let's get some screenshots of this. And let's continue. But it's, yeah, the water on both sides, it just looks so beautiful. Iceland is apparently a really nice country. I can't say I've ever been, but apparently it's a really nice country. I can just see it here, just driving it in a game. And this isn't even fully how it actually would look, but it looks to be a pretty good representation of it. I like being on more main roads, it means I might have a chance of finding a rest area. I'm coming on that side, that's good. Right. Let's stick the cruise control back in. Limit's 50, it's not icy, there's not many corners, we will actually get up to 50. It's all about... Maybe not. It's all about judging your speed to where you are and what your conditions are. There's a discoverable up there, and it's en route, so I'm going to quickly go and check out where it is. Because even though I've used cheats to get money and stuff, it doesn't get you the discoverables like all the dealerships. You have still got to find them yourself. The lane position and blind spot sensors are really kicking off right now. Of obstructions as it's detecting them. How lorry drivers deal with systems in real life? In real life you can't disable them. In Eurotruck you can, but I'm not, because I want to do it as realistically as possible. The only thing I don't have on is emergency braking, because in this game it's a little finicky where it will just slam the brakes on for no reason. I'm probably going to complete this job late, but there's not a lot you can do about that. We definitely can't drive for another 8 hours. I don't even know it isn't really 8 hours. It's not 8 hours in reality. I've already been recording for 50 minutes. How is the microphone music coming out? They seem to be coming out alright over the game audio. Obviously you'll know where I go into OBS, because you won't hear any game audio. I've just noticed that. Okay. Nice one, Iceland. That's a good thing about Eurotruck. You just see how road laws work in other countries. You're like, how does that work? You should never get away with it in this country. Prime mods just makes everything look so nice. That's a recruitment agency. Always useful and get better drivers. Diff lock. Sweet. That was a bad mistake. Come on. Right, we're gonna have to go covered. That tent moving. Right, where has that popped us out to? Ah, that's where we got stuck. This is where we are. And there seems to be a rest area en route, that's good. Hopefully it's one I can fit into with the trailer. I'm on the wrong side of the road, but that's fine because we're coming out of somewhere. So for those who have skipped the video forwards, I just got stuck and had to use the in-game tow service to get recovered back to where I need to be. So I was discovering a recruitment agency. What I ended up being, and while trying to get out. Right back. My brother came in, so sorry about the bad language that did happen there. Right, we can actually rest now. Let's get going again. So yeah, I got stuck. The trigger for that rest area. Oh, this is going to be fun. So I can't actually see if anything's coming. You gonna stop? Yeah, you are. Just about to see if I move my head into the screen to have a look in the mirror, because I don't know. You can zoom, I just don't know how. There's nothing there. Right, my phone's ringing, so I'm going to have to answer the phone call again, but I'll unmute the mic after. Right, hope you guys enjoyed a nice bit of 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes of just pure truck noise that. Am I driving? My mate called me because he's been doing some Deliveroos and bits, and he's just letting me know how much he's taken. So, yeah, it was hands-free, because the phone was on loudspeaker, hence why I muted up. It's one of my mates who I do the convoys with, so we've just made the agreement that we'll definitely have to do a convoy around Iceland. It'll be a game of who comes off the road first, who overcooks it. That's not things. I think these are some volcanoes or something, because Iceland is quite well known for that. Those who don't know Iceland very much, it is very good when it comes to volcanic activity. Best way of saying it. Oh, we're about to come off. Literally a slide as we came off. But it does mean, so we're not on ice, I can cook up the speed a little bit around these corners. Not too much, just a little bit. So at the end of the day, the corners are still sharp. We're going to cut off the road line a bit because there's no traffic, so. These corners aren't too bad, it's just in the ice I wouldn't do them very quick. In fact, I am going to slow down a bit for this one because this one's a bit sharper. Straight bit, so we can do 50. See, in the icy bit where I got straight, I did decide to push it up to 50 a bit, and that went alright, so it's a bit of experimenting that we're doing here. Right, back up to 50. Had to mute the mic again. I'll probably have to mute it again in about 5 seconds, but yeah. 50, down to 45. Down to 40 for this corner. Let's do this very carefully. These are quite light corners, so I'm going to be taking these at higher speeds. Now I've got a bit more comfortable with it. Into a straight, up to 50. Start to speed this up a bit because it's been going on for quite a lot longer than it's needed to, but careful driving. God. Obstruction there. These are only like very light corners in this bit here, so we can deal with that. We are going to have to take another rest break before we get there. Unfortunately. But it is what it is. So I do plan on obviously doing more videos with the mic on OMSI, Train Sim World, and obviously more Euro Truck. Depending on whatever I'm in the mood for. And there should be some more of my in real life videos, what I've done, like bus rides, things like that. Now I've got a new phone, because the reason why they stopped temporarily is because I had some phone issues, because my old phone broke, my old iPhone, so I was on like a Samsung for a while, the camera on it was just awful, absolutely awful. So now I've got this new phone. We should be able to do a lot more. Again, like all these places do just look so nice. It is clear. Was clear. I've got to get in the habit if I'm going straight around and make sure to still indicate off of it. It's going to be a nice straight bit, so the moment I get a higher speed on it, we will go to it. 50. Well over halfway off the drive now. Oh, it's going to be a bounce bit. See, like on the main highways, it seems to be quite well, I would say, gritted. Certainly on like the smaller roads or some sections of them, where it gets a little bit on the worse side. I have to start reducing the speed, like here. This bit's quite bad. But 40 be alright. It will, I just need more steering. That was a bit of a slide. We're sliding a tad, but it isn't too bad. It's manageable. Just, I won't do 50. Till I get to a nice straight. So obviously now it's like 10 o'clock in the evening, there's less traffic about, what means there is a feature of the mod that is working. Just not the main one I want. What stops the traffic being idiots at intersections. No, I don't know if it's, because how far north we are, I don't know if it will get fully dark. If it does, it will literally not be for very long, because it's almost 11 o'clock in the evening in game time. Obviously in real life it's now 12:30, so I've definitely been going for over an hour now on this video and on this drive, most of which has been in Iceland. But yeah, yeah, whatever you want to say. Bit of snow there. I didn't cause me too many problems. Getting a bit curvy up here, so I'll bring the speed down a bit. To 35, I reckon. Try not to annoy the traffic behind me too much because the road is banked. Super elevated. Super elevated is what is known in the railway, so it's sort of the same. It's like banked, so I take the corners a bit quicker than I otherwise would be able to. I still wouldn't do 50 round them. That is a recipe for disaster, even with a steering wheel. AI cars just coming around these corners like meow. So why would you come around these corners so quick? They are incredibly unforgiving. I'm taking it steady. I'm taking it on the boundary of steady. Like Pro Mods just makes everything look a lot nicer. Right, we'll come off cruise control now because we are going to pull into here. This is where we're going to get our rest up done. Oh, and fuel. I didn't even realise the fuel level was so low. I have got realistic fuel consumption on though, so it's going done a lot quicker than I'm used to it. Right, it looks like the rest area is here, so we'll have to rest first. Then go round to get fuel in whenever the game decides to wake me up. Right. Let's do it. 8 in the morning, that's fine. Let's put some wipers in. Let's get some fuel. Else we're definitely going to run out. I'm not running it any emptier than it already is. I'm not gonna be the human being or the absolute numpty takes risks like that. We're gonna have to go up on the snowbank. Very much. So definitely can't drive that way in. We're not gonna do that. We'll go round. We'll behave. We'll go round. Get some fuel. Brakes are definitely a little touchy. Might need some repairs because they do wear out over time, I'm pretty sure now. As of an update for Euro Truck since I last played it. Right, in we go. Let's get the fuel situation sorted out. I don't think I'm going to... How much further have I got to go? Not very far. But if I need more fuel, there is more fuel there. So we're literally only going to put a little bit in. Fit to around a quarter, I reckon. We'll go for... There we are, that'll do. Put a little bit of fuel in. Just enough to actually get us there. I probably didn't even need that much fuel. but we'll go with it. Better to be safe than sorry. Like, the fuel I had probably would have got us there. Just. However, roads like this, that's not a risk you want to take, because calling emergency fueling or anything like that is very expensive. Even though I've got tons of money, so it doesn't really matter, but still. Don't want to do it if I can help it. Until I looked, I didn't even realise my fuel was that low. It's probably all going uphill using high revs on the engine that's done it. However, so the lorry which had a fuel tank, this before I did my first load, this was a brand new lorry, because I've only just recently started to save up, got it set up, so it's the first drives I've actually done. So before that heavy load, so it's done from Sheffield to that place in Denmark, then from that place in Denmark to here, on a full tank, so that ain't bad going for a lorry. Not gonna lie. Obviously, it's always better to fuel up in your depot, but if you have fuel up otherwise, you have fuel up otherwise. Especially when I'm doing jobs this long away from the depot. So I think I've probably been away from the depot in game days for about about 3 days now, if not longer. Might be 5. Because all the ferry trips, there's been 2 ferry trips. One was about 24 hours, and then the next one was probably about 2 days. So yeah, I've probably been away from Dublin for about, from my home base in Sheffield for about 5 days, and 5 in-game days now. So it's quite good going. This comes to fuel, so I'll probably have to fill up again. But going back, we'll pretty much be going. We're going to try and get a load going back to the UK. And as we've now descended, we've come out of the snow. Snow of the mountains. Let's come off cruise control. Let's bring in some engine braking. Obviously, engine braking does use fuel, but might get back into the snow up here. I'm not sure. Because like even how the snow transitions, and when you're out of the snow, it does look absolutely lovely. But it's nice to be out of the snow for now. However long that lasts, I will never know. Might be back in the snow up here. I'm not sure. It does just look nice. I wonder if you get snow in like the northern part of Scotland. I'll have to figure that out on the way back. I'm going to guess not. I don't know, looks like we're staying quite clear for snow now. What is always nice. Get a bit bored of snow after a while. But the rock formations and everything, they've just done such a good job on this. So I'm not in the snow, I'm bringing the speed up. It doesn't mean the roads aren't icy. I don't see that, so I go quite well with that. How long? I spent most of this video this running. Look at that, that's the sea. Getting out to sea, that'll be towards, well, I'd say Greenland and up towards the Arctic Circle. That way or something. I'm not sure, I'll have a look on the map when we actually get to it again, but we're not far away now. Oh, this is a dirt road. Very nice on the old suspension. Lorry's moving about like all Hail Mary now. Let's drop that speed down. Because we're not on fully paved road, on gravel road, so just look at that. It's just so, the scenery is just so nice. for a game. Try and be as careful as possible now. We've had it all. We've had tarmac road, gravel road, dirt road, and roads covered in snow. Had it all on this run. Right, there's a blockage up here. What's happened? What's happened here? Go to photo mode and have a look. I think it's literally a fact the AI traffic. The AI just does not know what it's doing. It's always fun. So we'll do, we'll full lock it and try and get past. I might clip his trailer with my mirror. Will I get through that gap? Very tight, but I think we'll just about do it. No, hit it with the trailer. But in that situation, the AI, because the AI's in view, I don't think it would have despawned. Give you some flashes. I know that they're not going anywhere anytime soon unless they just go round it. We got through just about a little bit of a clip on the trailer, a little bit of a scratch on the trailer, but I wouldn't have scratched the load. And the trailer we just get repaired, so I'm happy with the outcome of that. The sea looks like it might clear up in a sec, because this is now gone from snow to rain. Very, very just like drizzle. Steering wheel because the force feedback will be going mental right now. Accelerate above 40 so we won't even try it. We'll save for fuel. That's what happens when you overdo it. She can slide on gravel as well. We'll ignore what happened, as I say, won't be 100%, the realism and everything, and the driving won't be 100%. Not at this stage. There will be some miscalculation, but it's like in the real world, there will always be things like that could potentially happen. So that's good. This looks so... Okay, the dirt road is a little bit annoying. Bit. Just scenery just looks like it. That's where we're going over there, so we've just got to go around the bay. Pretty much. Hello, Lorraine. Flash. That's a bouncy cattle grid. Recommended 30 kilometers an hour, that is about 15 miles an hour. So we'll go down to 20. sharp corner coming up into the sea. You wouldn't want to end up down there. So that's where we just were down there, so we've just gone round. It's just going round all the bays now. Final stretch, but it's out the snow. It's snowing. But it's, for the most part, it's out the snow, 50k. 30 mile an hour, but we'll just stick to 20 for now. We're very almost there. Then obviously I'll end the video at that point. I won't do another load or anything, or record too much else. I'll find that out on my own. So this video's already dragged on long enough. I'm not quite sure how long, but it must be getting towards 2 hours now. Just me driving, yabbering on with some horses in the commentary now and then, and dirt or sand, whatever it is. A bit of dust, that's for sure. Right, nice straight bit. Let's get the speed up. So physics on these tries to look nice and speed. It's concreted over there, that's the start, man. Grid. Look at the wobble on that. That's just brilliant. It's really not liking it. Back on tarmac road as well. I don't think it's tarmac, I think it's more concrete. Not sure. The Scania Super, this has done a wonderful job at getting here. It's only one fuel stop. I am going to fuel up again here. So I think we did definitely take on just about the right amount of fuel for what we're doing. So I didn't realise so many uphill bits. Another recruitment agency. And we are here. Let's get in and get parked up. Can't open the gate. I'm gonna get done now. I'll go to bed. Right. You know what? We'll give reversing it in a go. Hazard lights on, obviously, because we're within a yard. Actually, that's probably going to be quite an easy reversal. Some reversals are absolute bitches and I end up skipping them, but this one you've got plenty of space to work with, so we manage that. If we get the lorry straight and then reverse in, use that mirror to make sure we don't hit anything. Make sure the trailer's pretty much straight. Done, we've gone too far forwards now. And that is job done. Let's unload. 695 miles. Took 88 in-game hours. Right, what job offers do they have at this company? Anything getting me like back in the road? Anything in the right direction? Unfortunately not, and all of them is going to be driving literally back what I've just driven. Either way, I'm going to have to drive that again. Any job I do. But we've come from here, down in Denmark, that place there, all the way over to here. My home base is there, so that's ideally what I want to go back to. If I get any job offers going that way, that would be brilliant, but me driving all that again, what is tiring, so I probably would just quick travel back, or run empty. One of the two. Will do. We will. See, this is fully the truck that got us here. But we will end things here. It does look lovely. But we will end things here. So for those who have watched our way through, probably no one, or if anyone actually sees this, we don't know. Thank you for watching. It has been an absolute wonder. A fun drive through Iceland. Anyone does watch Euro Truck, if you think there is anything I should improve on, please put it in the comments down below. And if anyone has any suggestion of what game I should play next, or where I should drive to next in Euro Truck, also put that down below. And yeah, I'll remember anyone I've mentioned to put their links and stuff in the description below, so you guys can also go and show them a bit of support for what they do. And yeah, other than that, it's been me. I've been here at Euro Truck. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.